want you to know that you never have to be alone. I want you to know someone's always here for you, and I hope you believe it's me. Yes, I hope you believe it's me. Oh, I hope you believe it's me.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Invisible Song Club. My name is Mark David Stallard, and this lovely lady next to me here is Angela Campbell. Hi everyone. Say hi, Angela.
Well, they can say hi, Angela.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Make sure. I was worried. I thought they weren't working there for a second.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Shalem, who's instantly on the chat as usual. So thanks, Shalem. Okay. Yeah, so we've got a couple of really outstanding songs for you today. We've got Carla Bonnell's Raven Song, which has been one of my favorites since I first heard it. And we've got Better Days from the Darcys as well. So it's okay. Then Shalima confirms the sound is good, so we are ready to go.
They're both Canadian.
Indeed. Indeed. And of course, Carla is from New Brunswick, but I'll get to that. I'm going ahead of myself. We'll get to that. So right. So do you want to just let everyone know what this song club's all about, Angela?
Well, sure. The group has been created to connect people from all around the world with amazing music out there. Did I not see that somebody just joined our club from South Africa? That was really cool.
Yes, yep.
That was very cool.
That's from
and I'm sure there'll be a lot more of that. The goal of the song club is along the same lines as a book club. So just like a book club will promote the author or a book simply by introducing it to the group and reading it, reviewing it together, we're doing the same thing with songs. We're introducing songs that you may not be familiar with, you may not have heard of before, and we'll all participate in reviewing it together. And we're hoping that this is going to be fun, especially during a major worldwide pandemic when everyone's kind of stuck at home. I know I've been going very crazy with that, and I really look forward to getting together every Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Central Time in North America to meet with all of you guys, and of course hang out with Mark, because Mark's cool. Aren't you, Mark? Cool.
Yes, I'm whatever it was you said. I must be. Okay, well, Catherine McGoy has joined us from Fleetwood in England. So Catherine's actually a semi-regular in the audience for the Invisible Man show. So yeah, so this is great. Yeah. So we've got the audiences crossing paths, so that's great. Now, what we would like to do going forward as well, we've got the group set up. We'd like to actually get you to engage as soon as possible. As soon as we've announced what songs we're doing, go ahead, go listen to them and put your comments in the group. We will take notes. We may even join in with the chat as well. Well, we certainly will. And then that way we can get you engaged. Even if you can't make it for the live show, you can at least have some input as well. So making sure this really is a club where we're all members and not just me and Angela. Yes.
And I have a few pre-notes that I've received from some of my peeps that we can talk about later as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, now talking about the audience, we did get a number of suggestions from Shalem a few days back, I think, and just wanted to let everyone know we will take suggestions for songs to display. So for sure, at least we're going to have some of Shalem's suggestions for sure we are going to be featuring in the upcoming weeks. And again, if you have any songs that you really love, then please send them our way. We'll definitely consider them for inclusion on the show. The only requirement is this is a show about discovery. So if you send us a Beatles song, no one's discovering the Beatles on the show. We've all discovered them already. So a big band we're not necessarily interested in. We want to try and introduce people to new acts and new material and new songs. That's the kind of primary. Anyhow, I think I've said it all. Now, do you want to move on to the first song?
Yes, please, Mark.
Okay.
So the first song is by a band called the Darcys, and the Darcys are a duo out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and just two guys, Jason Coos and Wes Markel. And the deal with Jason and Wes is they participate in a genre that we like to call art pop, whatever that means. I don't know what that means, but that's what everybody calls them. They're poppy. They're definitely radio play, and they do get radio play. These two guys are both very talented musicians. It's Jason Coos, who plays guitar, and I think he's a multi-instrumentalist. And Wes Markel generally plays drums and percussion, but they also are into synth. So it's just the two of them, but they add to it with synth. So I'll talk about that further after we listen to the clip. Go ahead with the clip, Mark.
Okay, here we go.
Guess you could say I made some mistakes, I've seen better days and I know they're coming. I've seen better days, just gotta trust me. I know it's hard and you feel like running.
Here we go.
Oh.
Hey, here we go. Whoops. There we go. I was only half ready for the switchback there. And by half ready, not at all.
Just so everyone knows, our theme song is actually Mark's band. So Mark wrote and performed that song with his band, and I think he does that on purpose. I think that's a bit of a Freudian slip there, Mark.
Yeah.
Just a plug.
It is a good song. I want you to know, and it's off the It's All in the Mind album, self-titled. It's All in the Mind. There you go.
There you go. And that's for purchase if anyone wants it.
Indeed.
And so is Darcy's song. I hope you guys will check it out, and maybe some of you will download it.
For sure.
Own it.
Okay, just a note, information about, we got the direct links to both of the songs where you can download them are in the description of the stream. If you're on Facebook, look up, and on YouTube, look down. You can direct link to the song if you like it, go and buy it. So that would be great. Hey.
If we ever neglect to give you enough information about the music, then please participate in the group and add your comments and ask us any questions you want. Mark and I are regularly online, and we will definitely communicate with you. So one of the things that I would like to tell you about this song, Better Days, is that it was already getting radio play in Canada. It's quite a popular song from the Darcys. They recently released a Francais song, the same song in Francais version. So it's very interesting. They actually mixed English and French together in the song. So they sing both English and French, but they tried to appeal to their Quebec audience by singing some of the song in French. And I think that's a wonderful thing for musicians to do. It's very hard to break into a Quebec audience, a French-speaking audience. And it is our second national language. So good for the Darcys. And they got radio play in Quebec. They have lots of radio play in Quebec now after doing this. And they have a new video that is the French version, which is a better video than the ones that we shared with all of you. It's actually it shows the Darcys in the video, and it's artsy, and it tells a story or whatever. I don't know, but it's an actual video. So I encourage you all to check that out when we're done here, because that's a pretty cool thing to happen. The song's been on the radio for years now already. So the Darcys are known for their standalone singles. They come out with singles all the time, and they're good. They're just really good music. The reason that I chose this one, Better Days, is because like I said, I've been stuck at home. I've been working from home. I've been getting lonely. I haven't been able to even go to the gym now, and I'm just going stir crazy. And I've been searching for music that makes me dance around the living room and lifts my spirits a little bit. And so when we were thinking about what song are we going to do next, for sure, this song is one that lifts my spirits. And I thought, let's cover this one, Better Days by the Darcys. So I hope you all feel the same way, that it's just an upbeat, I mean, it's what we call an anthem song, right? It's an anthem song. It lifts you up. It gets the troops going, right? So that's the kind of song it is. And I think they hit it on the nail with it. So the Darcys are known for their funky bass lines. And like I said, they use a lot of synth in their music. So they end up, this two-piece band playing, writing really good songs. I love the lead singer's voice. Jason has a great voice. It's kind of just relaxing to listen to him. And these two guys, play their well-written song, and then they give it a full body by adding, the electronic synthesizers and other elements to it. There's keyboards, but there's synth keyboards, and it's not very evident. If you just listen to the song, it just sounds like a full band. But when you know who the Darcys are, you realize that they're doing all of this by themselves. Like they're performing the entire song, just two guys. It's really cool. I like that about them. I like watching live a full large band because there's lots to look at. But I think it's just as cool for a two-piece to record music like this. And, I don't like synth actually when it's people who are vocalists who just, too lazy to put a band together. And so they get out the synthesizers so they have music to sing to. I think that's horrible. I hate that, especially live. I've seen that live and I'm just like, whoa, what is that? Like, that's not music. But in this case, it's a whole different story. These guys are very talented. And if you think of artists like Bruno Mars, I mean, he does the same thing, right? So there's a lot of really good artists out there doing the same. What else do I want to tell you about this? I think that's it. Like I said, they're from Toronto, and the song is, so Canadian now that they've made it français et anglais. So there you go. That's all I wanted to say. How about you, Mark? What'd you think?
Well, I would say that I think that there's been a song that's been doing the French-English thing for quite a while now. I think they're copying it. It's called the National Anthem. Well, get your inspiration from the National Anthem. And no, I was I did want to comment on your comments about the going to a keyboard-only show. Back in the 1980s, I saw a band called Depeche Mode, and there was like 4 of them, I think, on stage.
Well, it's very 80s to do that.
Yeah, but there was 4 of them on stage.
That's coming up more now.
Yeah. So all of them standing behind the keyboard, and they were just hopping up and down doing this. And it was like watching River Dance, but watching them from the waist up, so a lot of this. The most boring live music show I'd ever seen in my life. So I completely agree on that. And what was funny actually. So I was listening to this, and it was a very full sound on this song. There's lots going on. There's a focus on the drums and the guitar, both funky drums and funky guitar. Funky bass. And that's really dominant. That's really far. Comes really forward. And I'm sitting listening, thinking, "Is there keyboards in here?" It's a little further back, so it was actually adding quite a nice amount of atmosphere to it as well. And you got some, so that was kind of nice. Trying to guess. I'm still not really sure what the lineup is. What was actually in there? So it kept me guessing all the way through. I was a little shocked by the sudden end, because the song just starts. There's no build up, no introduction, just bang, you're in there, and you've got that funky drum and that funky beat, and it's like, but somehow, I don't know how it does this, it's when you hit the chorus, it gets even more energetic and even more rhythmical. So that's definitely, I think Marty McFly said this in Back to the Future too. It's got a beat, and you can dance to it. I mean, I can definitely see this being played in clubs for sure. It's not a classic funk song. No, it's not a 1970s Hot Chocolate thing, right? If you remember Hot Chocolate, I don't know how old you are. But it has a very, it has a very funky beat. I think we were both off camera there while I was playing, doing the old along with the song. So that was nice. Now, what I liked too is as we got into the choruses, we have either it was a double track voice or it was a second voice, And working with the reverb, and it actually sounded like there was a lot of echo, but it wasn't echoey. It didn't sound like it was in a hall, but it kind of added to what starts off being just a little bit of a sad song lyrically. And there's this desperate, everything's gone wrong for me. And as the song goes on, it goes, so I've got the lyrics here in front of me. It was, I'm a car wreck, everything's going down around me, and I've seen better days. In my 20s, I went on a string of bad dates and so on. And it's very down on himself. And then, but I was wondering who that he was singing to. Who was he telling this story to? Because it changes. It's not all about I did this and I'm going to think on better things. I've got better days coming. It's you have. And so on first look, I'm thinking, is he giving people advice? And if this were true, it would be very, very clever if he was talking to himself and putting himself outside and talking to himself, saying, come on, you've screwed up. Things have got to get better. They have to get better. They are going to get better. So I thought if that was the approach he took, it was very, very clever. But we won't know. But I hope that's the case, because I was really pleased with it. I'm really happy with just kind of discovering that as well. Obviously a casual.
Wow, you get so caught up in the lyrics, and you notice so many things about the song that I don't notice because you listen so carefully to the lyrics. So well done, Yeah. So that was and it was
So it's I've seen better days. I know they're coming. And it goes you, I, and they go, okay, well, he's got to be talking to himself anyway. I thought it was great. Now, something else.
But I needed to hear that better days are coming. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's one of those songs you pull out when you're feeling down. For sure.
Absolutely, and that's definitely it's definitely a very upbeat, but there was a desperate franticness about the lyrics, which grows throughout the song. So you kind of get that the feeling of the chaos and the oh no, and the yes, but it's going to get better, and that's when it gets really frantic. Maybe I'm convincing myself, but it's going to get better. So that was good. So it's actually overall, it was actually a very enjoyable song. Now, what I did want to say, actually, maybe I can. No, I do want to comment on the song a little bit more, but maybe after we've heard the next one, or while I'm talking about the next one, because I also want to play the two. Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going. So, yes.
Right.
So we do have a comments.
Are you playing the tune first, or are you going to introduce the artist?
No, I'm going to read the comments first. We have.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So Shalim says the Darcy, and he actually posted this before we started talking. So the Darcys, Better Days. I've seen them twice, and have one of their CDs. I would definitely see them again. Catchy indie pop song about optimism, which is exactly what millions of people are feeling right now. I'll make my window a bit bigger.
Yeah.
A second here. I've given myself the tiniest window to read. Here we are. The world can beat you down, chew and spit you out. Always looks quoting the song, and leave you feeling numb. But better days will come. Makes sense to me. Want to thrust my hands in the air and dance up a storm. Excellent sound, musicianship and vocals. Chris says cool, but cool for its time. Oh, because it was last year. He's trying to be funny.
Oh. Okay.
Because it was 2019 it was released. So Shalim, excellent analysis from you both. Have you guys seen them? More people should see them. I have not seen them, and to my discredit, I wasn't aware of who the Darcys were until Angela sent me the link to the song. But yeah, I've discovered, and that's what this song is about. This is what the show's about.
Okay, I have some comments too. I asked some friends who weren't going to be able to be with us today if they could give me their comments ahead of time. So nice. Robert actually said, let me see, and Robert used to be in the rock and roll business. Need to say that. Well, let me just say, oh my God, he wrote me like a book. I've heard the Darcys before on CBC Radio 1, and I always dig their groove. This morning, I watched the backseat version of Better Days, and I absolutely loved it. Performing the song on the backseat of a van gave me a sense of connection with all of us, simply because we're all in these challenging times together. And these days of COVID fatigue and the disturbing display of chaos across the border reminds us that the too shall pass and better days are ahead. Love the words, his voice, his guitar rhythms, a positive reminder for our time. I gave it a 4.5 stars out of 5. There you go.
Excellent. Yeah, that's good, pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I have one more.
Oh yes.
I have one more. I have a comment from Brent, and he said it's a cool tune. I don't know how to give feedback on it though. It's not the style I'd have on repeat, but it's catchy and it's a great positive earworm. It's well written and catchy. Great riffs and great lyrics. Definitely a great earworm. So there you go.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Again, right. So not all styles of music appeal to everybody in the same way. Okay, so I can move on to the next song now. We're good.
Yes, we're good.
Okay, so this is a song, Raven song by Carla Bonnell. Carla has been on the Invisible Man show a couple of times, and the first time, just a little story, nothing really relevant to the song, but one of the reasons why we discovered that we can't play pre-recorded music was that Carla released this song on the Invisible Man show, a world premiere. She hadn't released it anywhere. And we got about 2/3 of the way through and the show got shut down. We had two or three copyright notices. Oh, you're using copyrighted music, and they shut the stream down. That's when we realized how bad it was. So nothing negative about the song, but a little story there.
People need to do their homework. I mean, this is a club. You have to do your homework and listen to the song, think about your comments, and come and join us every Sunday.
Absolutely. Okay, so actually this, I believe, is a song about her grandmother, and if I'm not getting my songs mixed up, I'm pretty sure that Carla had played this to her grandmother in, I believe, a nursing home, just towards the end of life. And then she realized at the end of it, oh, was that a song? Was that a song for me? And then she realized. So it's quite a beautiful little story there. If you want to go back to the Invisible Man show, the episode where we released it, and you get the story. So here we go. Here's the clip. Make sure I got everything queued up. Here we go.
Familiar traditional song. You are my sunshine. Whoa. You are my sunshine.
Here we go. Now, hey, flawless. All right, we're good. Got the switch. Hey, great. Shall I just go ahead and give my thoughts, or did you want to?
Yeah, you go first. Go ahead.
Okay, sounds great. So, so what I really like about this, I guess I'll put this out there right at the beginning. Of all of the songs and the bands that we have featured on the Invisible Man show, this is the only song that I've seriously considered covering. It really appeals to me on many levels, and it is a relatively simple structure of a song, which I'll get into. But one of the repeating lyrics that come up is the Raven singing an old familiar traditional song. I don't feel, for me, this is a familiar traditional song. This sounds like something a little bit new, a little bit different. It does have a very country feel about it, about the arrangement. There's particularly with the fiddle playing the introduction tune, which Carla actually plays on the guitar, for at least mostly anyway. And then I really dig the way that it cuts back and it has a bit more of a comfortable background function, and it has emphasizing the rhythm, and it's kind of reluctant to call it a fiddle, really. It's because at that point you become some really excellent violin work. So the focus for me was the voices nice and up front, which is nice and clear, and the guitar and the fiddle or the violin are there as well. And I had to kind of listen. After I listened several times, I'm thinking, well, what's the lineup? And of course, there's some drums in there, and there's a stand-up bass. But to the contrary to the other song that we just heard, that role's reversed, right? So those two instruments are now at the back and not at the front, and I think that it works very well for me. It's very beautiful lyrics. We got some very nice structure. We got a memory, which just starts off, been down by the river, as if to say you can't love anymore, and then it ends up, and then all of the verses end. I can hear and then ties it into hearing the raven singing the old familiar song, and it structures that really nice out of memory, and then reflecting it on the raven, and then memory, and then because we get into the very positive and upbeat chorus, "You Are My Sunshine," repeated. So I think that it's not necessarily a standalone piece of poetry, but it is actually a very beautifully laid out, very beautifully structured, and the melody it just comes out as something, for me, that it's something fresh. Now, why I wanted to, I was going to talk about the other song. And I'm going to compare it by the number of chords in the song. So this song has 3 chords. Now, those of you who are casual listeners of music will hear someone say, "Oh, they're just using 3 chords. That's nothing. No, they're not very good." And I've heard comments about big known bands but that's not the case. 3 chords, doesn't matter the number of chords, it's how you use them. This is a 3-chord song. And I think why this song works and why the chorus just comes out and hits with such a punch is because usually in the 3 chords you have the roots chord, the 5 chord, and the 7. So in this case it's a G, C, and D. She doesn't play the root chord in this song in the verse at all. It's just C, D, C. And immediately you've got a little bit of tension building, and that repeats that 4 times. And by the time the chorus comes around, she starts on the roots. We get the resolution from that tension right at the beginning of the chorus, and then she builds on that tension and goes back to that roots as well. And it becomes a very, very satisfying to listen to. Now, I didn't know this intuitively. I had to go back and figure out what she was doing. Why does that work so well? Now, on the other hand, just to prove to you that the number of chords doesn't matter, if we go back to the song we just listened to, the verse only has 1 chord, and it just repeats the same chords, the same rhythm over and over again. So you can do wonders with little, as far as number of chords. So that's, I think that was all I wanted to say there, but a great song, go out and buy it. Angela.
Okay, so you're into the 3 chords thing. I thought we were going to talk about the Beatles. Just joking.
Yeah.
As usual, I always learn a little bit more about the musical elements when I talk to you, Mark, because I'm not a musician. I love music. I like to review music, but and I can play around the campfire, but I'm definitely not a musician. So it's very interesting to hear how you pick apart the song like that, and really look into why it works, because I just know that it works kind of thing, and not necessarily the whys. So very good.
It's worth to say, actually, if I can just interject there, I would guarantee all the things I've said that both the artists that wrote these songs and and arranged them did it because it felt good. I guarantee. I bet no one. They didn't go out. Oh yeah, I'm going to start out and I'm going to do it this way, and they didn't do this in a technical way. It's because it felt good. So I'm just kind of analyzing and saying, this is why it works, not necessarily that's how they approached it. Yeah.
Oh, you might have a point there.
Yeah.
So when I was listening to the song, my initial response was that I like Carla Bonnell's voice. So she has very easy to listen to voice, very pretty. And I heard the fiddles. And one of the things that I love about listening to music from Canada across the country is there is always an influence from where the music's coming from. So Carla's from New Brunswick. So out in the East Coast, fiddles are definitely a thing. I mean, they are here too, especially in the northern regions, but you can just tell that people have been influenced by where they're living in the country in terms of what music they pump out and what instruments they choose to use in their music. And so that was evident in this song. I found the songwriting, I'd like to call it innocent. So you called it simple, and I agree with that. And to me, it came out like innocent instead of simple, because it just is it's so simple, like it's so stripped down. There is nothing flashy about it. It reminded me actually, so she goes into the chorus and she talks about this traditional song that the raven is singing. And then she starts saying, "You are my sunshine." Well, "You are my sunshine" to me is the song, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when times are gay." So I'm hearing this and I'm thinking, that's not a traditional song. What is she talking about? But I learned something because I Googled, and actually, "You Are My Sunshine" was written in 1939, and in Louisiana State, they made it the official state song. So I'm like, really? What? Anyway, so that was an interesting piece that I just Googled, and that would make it a traditional song, I guess. So I'm wrong thinking it's not a traditional song. But also, it reminded me, when I heard the chorus, it reminded me of a song that my mother used to sing to my sister and I, and it was called "All the Pretty Little Horses," which is a traditional song. It's a traditional lullaby, and it's been covered by so many bands, especially folk artists. And I love that song. And so when you say traditional song, like, maybe she's making "You Are My Sunshine" a traditional song by covering it, just the simple act of covering it. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, so that was a bit of a surprise and confused me in the lyrics, but I got past it because it just ends up being, Carla's voice singing pretty. The chorus is light. The whole song is simple and innocent. Almost reminded me of a children's song. It's got the raven. It's got the "You Are My Sunshine." It's very, very innocent, childlike.
Yeah.
So I liked it.
Actually, I didn't get that link at all to the "You Are." I didn't get a link to that song because I know the song you're exactly what you're talking about, and it wasn't until then that I put the two together. I'd always saw that the raven singing the song and Carla's singing is then saying "You Are My Sunshine" to presumably her grandmother, who the song's written about. But either way, I didn't occur to that at all. So yeah. So that's funny. It's funny that we how we can have two different effects from the same work of art. Anyhow.
Yeah.
So we've got some comments.
It's all about perception with music. It's all about perception and how it speaks to you. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong about it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't tend to. I when I'm doing my analysis, I'm doing the analysis based on the song as a separate, isolated piece. So there could be lots of reasons why certain things are done a certain way. There could be specific, it could just be accidental, could be almost certainly because it just felt good to the person that wrote it. But it's can be fairly subjective. So we've got some comments. So Shaleem says, Carla Bonnell, Raven song, easy to get into, lovely violin and backing vocals. A live audience would love to sing along to this. He says, interesting comments from Mark. And then he says, Mark, you've outdone yourself with the analysis. Bravo, take a bow. Thank you.
What about me? What about me?
Yeah, he just loves me.
He likes you a lot.
So Chris Halady says, sad to hear that Howie Mika has passed. I know you had him as a hockey coach. Okay, I'm not sure. Oh, Shaleem. That was a note to Shaleem. That was not to do directly. That was a conversation outside of the song club.
They talk to them. They talk amongst themselves while we're chatting.
Good trying to realize. So Shaleem says, innocent songwriting, a good way to describe it. Yeah, and I just meant simple, just as opposed to complex.
Yes.
Okay, skip down. Interesting comments, says Shaleem. Angela, good efforts put into it.
Thank you, Shaleem.
And Shaleem agrees with you that he also picked up on the "You Are My Sunshine" from 1939. So, that's good. That's kind of funny. It's funny because I didn't get the reference at all. So,
okay.
Did you have any comments on this one? User comments?
No, I don't have any side comments from that one.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, I think we are at the end of the show then.
Okay.
So what's
our time? How'd we do today?
Not too bad. It's 5 minutes over, 6 minutes over. So not too bad.
Good.
So just a reminder, everybody should have said this right at the beginning. I don't know why I didn't. It was in my notes. If you want to find out a bit more about Angela, and go to ojusteatit.ca. You can view her YouTube channel as well. If you want to see repeats of this show, you can go to theinvisibleman.ca or ojusteatit.ca, or at least the YouTube channels. Sorry, any links if you want to get hold of us, any information about the shows, just go to our websites. It's the easiest thing to do. If in doubt, you can always direct message us on Facebook.
All right.
Okay, so like, subscribe, share, and all that other good stuff.
Thanks
If you
for
did,
joining us, everyone.
indeed, don't forget, information on direct links to the song are available on YouTube, Facebook if you look up, and YouTube if you look down. And don't forget, if you like the songs and you don't have them already, why not buy them and show the artist just how good you think they are. Okay, I think we're good. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And again, thank you to the people, particularly Shalem, Chris, who were active in the chat. And we'll catch you all next week, and we'll let you know tomorrow the songs that we'll be doing next week. Okay, thanks a lot, and we'll catch you all next week, same time. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
You believe it's me.